Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be continuing What If the Androids Won. Now I want to cover the last part because I kind of want to contradict things a little bit more but also explain a few things. For one, yeah, we got the whole team members. We got 10 members. 17, 18, Cell, Cooler, Dr. Gero, Android 21, One Cell Jr., Broly, and a brand new Android. I teased this Android in the last part, so here's the image in the screen. Basically, this Android is from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, but I decided that why not bring this character into this series. Plus, I am running out of members, so I just created her just to fill in the spots. But also, it's a good time because this Android, as said in the last part, is much stronger than 19. Although you might think that's not impressive because Android 19 isn't strong to begin with. But this Android 19, or we like to call it the new improved, which Joe's going to call it Android 22, which that's the name he's going to name her from now on, which I'm going to call it that too. Android 22 is like similar to Cell, but also similar to the other Androids 17 and 18. Basically having the same infinite energy, but also quite a lot of data from Cell, Android 17 and 18, and Cooler's battle. So she's basically on par with the androids, just being awoken alone, which that'll be very helpful. And yeah, the Cell Jr., that one single Cell Jr., again, they just needed to fill in the spots. And of course, that Cell Jr. may be killed or not, but it's good to have him. As for Broly, as said earlier, they are going to train him in the time chamber. However, they don't have time to, so they only train for at least a few hours or days inside the chamber. So he's not going to get any good controls power, but hey, at least it helps him get stronger. And again, they are quite surprised of saying like Broly is still alive. Two Saiyans in fact, Pericus and Broly. Pericus is happy that Vegeta's dead, which that's pretty good, but he doesn't really care about these androids, but he's here since it's better than living in Fampa. So he might as well work with Gero. But secretly, he was hoping that after the tournament, he could probably train Broly and then use Broly to kill everyone here. But that's a mind he keeps in his head for now. And honestly, Gero doesn't really like Sans either. And so Gero and Pericles will keep an eye on each other, as well as everyone else. But anyway, there's no time for chat because now everyone has prepared to go to the tournament. And now, our 10 members, Universe 7 against every other universe. And of course, there's a lot of things going on here because we had to cover almost everything in the tournament. Although not almost everything, but we are going to focus on the whole Gero team. But who's the team leader? I feel like the best team leader right now is Dr. Gero, since he's pretty much smart, but also Android 21 is also pretty smart herself. Perhaps even smarter than Gero, in fact. And I also like to discuss a few things. Yes, since Cells has been awoken, he has been training with Beerus time after time, and he does have the same DNA as the original Cell does, but he has more DNA to work with since there's a lot of stuff happening. He got Lord Slick's DNA since he came to Earth. He got Turles and his crew. Got DNA from those guys. And possibly he might even get some other DNAs like from the tournament of Universe 6. Specifically Hit. So he might actually has Hit's DNA. Although he's not going to have a instantly perfect grasp of his time skip abilities since, well, he still had to learn from it since he's been recently born. But he's still powerful regardless, even without it. He didn't even realize he has Hit's DNA. Cooler, well, he's not getting any new forms. He's perfectly fine with his black form. He's satisfied by it. Although he just needs to practice how to like utilize it, like master it, so that way he has to worry about energy draining, because that's the thing. It drains his energy, it drains his stamina. He needs to master it. And maybe hopefully this tournament will able to push him that grasp. 17, 18, they're obviously not getting Ultra Instinct or anything since they don't have the right mind for it. However, the God of Destruction powers, the Hakai, intrigues both of these androids. Perhaps they could get that power from themselves. Well, only time will tell, because now the tournament has begun. And well, it's pretty obvious that they will easily defeat Universe 9, because obviously if Gokuji is able to defeat them, I'm pretty sure these stronger versions of androids would as well. And to be honest, here, I feel like since there's no As for business match, or whatever it's called, since there's no Psycho Sentinel, nobody's going to target Universe 7 immediately, although they do hear rumors that Universe 7 has been messed up and full of bad guys, so I feel like maybe a lot of them may target them. I feel like specifically Topo and Dispo would, since these teams are full of evil, and of course sensing their energy, or at least Cell's energy, because they can't sense the other androids for some reason. And Cell's and Android 21's energy is like amalgamation of other fighters, and they're all malicious. Well, them themselves are malicious. The other guys, well, they can't sense their energy, minus Cooler. Energy could be sensed, and he's obviously malicious, so the Pride Troopers will obviously go after them since they are full of bad people. But unfortunately for the Pride Troopers, they have underestimated the androids. Well, except for Cell Jr. Cell Jr. is the first one to be eliminated. Although he did pretty well. Although he is a liability, so Cell's not too expected or too surprised that Cell Jr. will be eliminated so quickly. But it's not like they need them. They just need to fill the spots. Because their power and their works, this tournament will be easy. They're able to eliminate the Pride Troopers with all the androids plus Cooler are able to work together, defeating the Pride Troopers. And sure, Dispo may go to his light speed mode, or Topo may try to like abandon his morals or whatnot. I feel like they will still be overpowered. However, that doesn't mean that Universe 7 would just easily get out scot-free. No, because Super 13 was surprisingly off the arena, and Jiro's almost off the arena, but luckily Android 21 transformed to her Machin form is able to save Jiro. And that's one of Jiro's plans. With Android 21 here, she can actually heal people, or better yet, could absorb her own teammates. That way, they could get much stronger and have a better victory. Although, they don't want to absorb people since the androids wanted to have fun and just don't want to resort to that immediately. So Jiro just roll his eyes, just let the androids have their fun. But if everything goes wrong, they're going to stick to that plan. And, you know, Cell could absorb androids too, but not like he needs to. He's already perfect. And, well, yeah. They're able to defeat Topo and Dispo, although Super 13 is eliminated. Oh well, they still have more members. Universe 6 will also target Universe 7, knowing how strong they are. It's pretty much that, oh yeah, they need to defeat these guys. As for, Frost does try to like team up with Cooler, target both of their teams. However, Cooler could see through Frost's act, and at first he does agree to it, but eventually he does eliminate Frost pretty easily, just in his base form. He doesn't need to transform. As for Cell wanted to fight one of the strongest people, and that strongest people is Jiren. Basically, Jiren's the only one left in Universe 11 since the Pride Troopers were too hasty attacking androids right away. As Cell approaches Jiren knows how much powerful Cell is and also what happened to his teammates. So he actually going to take this seriously. Well, not too seriously, but still seriously regardless. Since his entire teams are knocked out and he's basically the last one left, he knows that he just cannot just stand there any longer. So, Cell and Jiren fight has begun. And obviously, Jiren is pretty much stronger than Cell. Well, not by a large amount, because surprisingly, Jiren actually has to start trying against Cell. Since Cell has a lot of good DNA, even some God Ki. And we all know how strong Cell is. However, once Jiren begins to show more of his powers, it's pretty much clear that Cell is not able to defeat Jiren, at least not alone. But he has to retreat for now. He was almost eliminated by Jiren, but thankfully Android 21 with her Machin powers is able to catch Cell. And she isn't the only one who has Machin powers. Android 18 also has her own Machin powers. Thanks to her just eating Boo back in the last parts, many parts ago. She pretty much has infinite energy. She has magic. She can turn people to candy. She can absorb people. She has a lot of stuff with her, which makes her actually one of the most useful and powerful androids. Aside from, Android 1, she's pretty strong in her own right, but not on the level of Android 18 is, since she has been in her Machin powers for many years by now. Has a lot of knowledge. Not only that, but she also has her own godly forms on top of that form. Same thing with 17. His Super 17 form can allow him to absorb energies, infinite energy, and also his own godly forms. These two androids together are pretty much busted. Cooler is Cooler. He has his black form, although still he cannot master it yet. But he is using his perfected golden form on top of his fifth form. So right now, Universe 7 is actually cleaning house right now. But eventually, all of them have to fight against Jiren. Sure, a few of their members have been lost, like for example, Android 22 has been eliminated by Hit using a time cage with Kefla appearing and able to knock her out. And forgot to mention that they wouldn't have Super Saiyan, but Kefla and Base still incredibly strong. And they're able to defeat Android 22 with Hit and Kefla's teamwork. Since they know that how strong Universe 7 is, they need to team up if they want the survival because they have no idea what their wishes are. And they need to keep on tabs. So they will continue to fight against everyone else. However, Jiren decided that he needs to use more of his power since these androids are getting a lot stronger than usual. So, round 2 of Universe 7 and 11 began, or more so, Universe 7 and Jiren. And I forgot to mention about Broly. He would do somewhat good in the tournaments. Yeah, the tournament allowed him to grow stronger, able to use his Raffle form. I would say that he could somehow master the Raffle form by being forced and beaten up or something, but I don't think so. I feel like someone like Jiren able to easily defeat him with no effort. All he could do is just unleash Raffle to defeat Broly. That's pretty much how far he would get. Broly is only able to easily defeat Jiren, only train a few hours or days or so in the time chamber, which is not a good amount of time for him. Yeah, you could say that, oh, but he could fight Goku and Vegeta and grow powerful that way. Well, it's mostly about training, and the androids, well, they just play him around like a dummy. And he's not the same level as he was in the canon story since they found Broly much earlier on, so he isn't on the level that he's supposed to be in. But yeah, Broly pretty much out of the arena. It's pretty much the two androids, Cell and Cooler left. And by now, Universe 11 is pretty worried. Same with Beerus because, yeah, they know that these guys are pretty bad guys, but they don't know what their wish would be. And yeah, hopefully that Jiren might be able to be the one to win. So pretty much Jiren goes all out, as well as everyone else. Cooler going to his black form, able to at least use it somewhat. Cell able to use his own power, going to 100% power. 17 and 18 will of course go to their full power. Their godly android forms, with 18 using her Martian form on top of that. And the 4v1 begins. Jiren is not holding back. He goes to his full power mode. His shirt completely rips off and begins to fight all four of them at once. And of course, Jiren proves to be a big challenge, although he's not winning either. It could be anyone's match. Cooler, he's super powerful in his strength. He might actually be the stronger one out of all three of them. Android 18 also has her own magic abilities. She's able to heal her teammates when they're damaged, which also makes her a prime target. 17, he could absorb energy. And Cell has a lot of DNA with him. He has a lot of techniques. So yeah, with all these four combinations, Jiren is actually going to lose his ground. However, just as he's about to lose and fall off the ring, Chopo has given his speech to Jiren. If he loses here, these villains could wish for anything they want. They could either wish for universe destruction or multiverse destruction. So Jiren needs to win this. He needs to win. If he doesn't win, their universe themselves will be erased from existence, and the androids will get their hands on the Super Dragon Balls, wishing whatever they want. And we all know that it's nothing good from it, since the Super Dragon Balls allows them to grant them any wish with no limitation. And of course, hearing this, Jiren realizes he's been abandoning everyone around him. He only sees strength as absolute, but he never trusted his own teammates. If he were to help them, they could have won. They could have prevented this. But he sees the error of his ways. And this angered Jiren. He angered at himself, but also angry at the androids, Universe 17, having full villain teams. And because of this, Jiren has broke his limits once again, gaining a huge power boost. And this catches Universe 7's teams off guard. And Jiren takes this opening to his advantage. He has to make a quick decision. And that quick decision right now is eliminate Android 18. With one powerful punch right across her face, he's able to send her flying off the arena. And just as he's about to catch herself or anything, Jiren rushed in, blitzing the three members and firing a powerful blast, knocking her off the arena, which catch the Empress off guard once again. But Cooler, he rushed in. However, since he's been using the Black One for so long, he actually loses his stamina completely, going back to his normal fifth form. And of course, this power is completely nothing to Jiren, as Jiren is able to eliminate him next. And from this stance, Dr. Gero begins to panic, ordering Cell and 17 to attack Jiren. Do whatever it takes. It doesn't matter what they do. They need to win. They need to survive. He cannot die like this. 17 and Cell regain the composure and are both nod at each other as they begin to attack Jiren. However, this new powered Jiren is proved to be too much to them. Even with 17's absorption energy, Jiren knows not to use any energy ki blast. However, there is a way he could still use it. He fired a blast at 17, which 17 just laughs. He could absorb this. However, that's not what Jiren does. Similar to how, Kid Goku does. When he fired a blast, he rushed into his own blast, and then he punched 17 right into his stomach as he sent the android flying back. And as he does, he's able to grab 17 before he could fly off, and then he slams it to the ground, forcing his hand open and breaking the gems, assuming that's how he absorbed the energy. And once he destroys it, he's able to fire one powerful blast, knocking him out next, leaving Cell left. And of course, Cell is having his rage moment and begins to attack Jiren. However, Jiren is pretty much done playing games, as finally, with enough battle, hardships, and clashing, he's able to defeat Cell, but only barely, meaning that Universe 11 has finally won, with Beerus being shocked by this. And before Gero could even say anything, or even Beerus could say anything, they were all erased. Which the Grand Prix and Senno, to be honest, they're impressed. Although deep down, they thought that Universe 7 will probably win, but Jiren, he able to prove that he is the best Pride Trooper and Universe 11's warriors deserve to be the title the strongest mortals around. So they give him the Super Dragon Balls. And at first, Jiren considering to revive his master, but instead, after seeing his friends around, his trust, he realized that he needs to do justify reason. Because now that he thinks about it, it kind of be selfish of him if he just revive his master and let all the other universes get killed. So instead, he asked the Grand Prix to revive every single universe that was erased, which will include Universe 7, which the Grand Prix smiles. That's the wish they expected him to do. He's able to do an unselfish wish, and they're glad to hear it. So he gladly used the Super Dragon Balls to revive all the universes. And before you know it, Universe 17 was suddenly revived back to their universe, confused with what happened, but they realized they've been revived by Jiren. And of course, they're not happy that they lost because, they lost because they couldn't get their hands on the Super Dragon Balls. Gero was thinking about using it to overthrow Senno, but he didn't say that out loud, but Beerus could immediately see their faces. He could tell by the expression that they were hoping to win to get the Super Dragon Balls. And of course, Beerus was thinking about destroying them right off the bat, but still, he needed the rivals. He could still see the potential, but he gave it this one chance. If they even tried to get their hands on the Super Dragon Balls and try to find them, Beerus won't hesitate to erase them all right in the spot. And it doesn't matter how strong they are, he's making sure to keep his eyes on them. And of course, all of them being afraid of Beerus, they just hesitantly applied. But still, Gero's still kind of angry. This God instruction Beerus, he needs to go. But of course, his android and himself couldn't do anything to them. All they could hope is that maybe one day their androids could be so powerful that they could be able to overthrow Beerus. But for now, he has to behave. Paragus and Broly stay on Earth, or at least somewhat on Earth, but they work under Gero now since Gero knows what their plan is. They can see right through their act. So Paragus got no choice but to work under Gero. Actually be one of the commanders, because Gero promised that they could let the two, live in peace, as long as they behave and work under Jiro. And he promised that he could treat him way better than what King Vegeta did, or even better than Frieza. Although he would still treat them harshly, but not like on the level of King Vegeta. With Paragus still does not enjoy being worked under someone, but it's kind of better than living on Vampa for decades, so he does agree. And so everyone begins their daily lives. That is just going to different planets and just have fun, or just fight each other, or just do whatever they want, shopping, or just fight. That's all they do. However, far, far away out of space, a galactic prisoner has escaped from their cell, and his name is Moro. And hearing what happened across the universe about, being a Red River Army whole base fabrication, he realized that getting the Dragon Ball Dynamic isn't going to do him good. No, he actually needs to find someone, or at least find a different planet that's not under the Red River Army's rule. And basically, he's heard of one Dragon Ball place, a Manichium of another planet, a planet that not even the Androids found. And he told Cranberry, take him to the planet Cereal. And that's where we leave these What If for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and tell me, what will Moro plan will be? Will he still use the Dragon Ball Switch for his powerful youth, or will he try to recruit some of the people on that planet? Let's find out, shall we? Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.